There's something profoundly liberating about understanding that the very tools we use for spiritual growth are meant to become unnecessary. Chapter 1 of the text in A Course in Miracles offers us this beautiful paradox. The miracle is much like the body in that both are learning aids for facilitating a state in which they become unnecessary. Think about that for a moment. The miraculous experiences we seek, the spiritual practices we rely on, even our physical forms themselves, they're all temporary scaffolding supporting our return to something far more fundamental. This isn't meant to diminish their importance, but rather to free us from grasping too tightly to any particular method or form. When we understand that miracles are learning tools rather than permanent fixtures, we can use them with both gratitude and detachment. We don't need to worry about losing our connection to the divine when we outgrow certain practices, because the whole point is to return to that original state where no intermediary is needed at all. This perspective transforms our entire spiritual journey from one of accumulating experiences to one of progressive simplification. What we're really talking about here is returning to an original state of perfect communication with Spirit, a connection so direct and complete that no tools, techniques, or even miraculous interventions are necessary. This might sound impossibly distant, yet there's something in each of us that recognizes this as our true home. It's that place of knowing that exists before we reach for words, before we formulate prayers, before we even think to ask for miracles. In moments of deep peace or sudden clarity, we might catch glimpses of this state, where we're not trying to connect with the divine because we simply are that connection. The Course suggests this isn't some far-off achievement reserved for saints and mystics, but rather our natural inheritance, temporarily obscured by our belief in separation. Every spiritual practice, every moment of forgiveness, every miracle we experience is gently guiding us back to this fundamental unity. Think of it like remembering a language you once spoke fluently. At first you need dictionaries and grammar books, but eventually the words flow naturally from within. While we're navigating this human experience, though, we're faced with a continuous stream of choices that shape our reality. The Course reminds us with striking simplicity. While you believe you are in a body, however, you can choose between loveless and miraculous channels of expression. This choice presents itself constantly in how we respond to difficult people, how we interpret challenging circumstances, how we speak to ourselves in moments of struggle. Every interaction becomes an opportunity to channel something beautiful into the world, or to let fear and judgment flow through us instead. What's remarkable is that this choice exists regardless of our external circumstances. Whether we're dealing with illness, financial stress, relationship conflicts, or simply the daily frustrations of human life, we always retain this fundamental freedom to choose love over fear. This doesn't mean we need to be perfect or constantly positive, but rather that we can trust our capacity to return to love again and again, no matter how many times we've chosen fear. Each moment offers a fresh start, a new opportunity to let something miraculous move through us. Even when we feel most disconnected, most spiritually empty or blocked, something profound is still happening beneath the surface. The Course teaches us that we cannot truly express nothing at all. Our divine nature ensures that some form of communication always flows through us, whether we're conscious of it or not. This brings tremendous comfort during those dark nights of the soul when we feel spiritually barren, when our prayers seem to echo in emptiness, when we wonder if we've lost our connection entirely. The truth is, we're still channels for the divine even when we can't feel it. Sometimes what flows through us might be compassion for our own struggle, or simply the willingness to keep showing up despite feeling lost. Other times, our apparent emptiness itself becomes a gift to someone else who needs to know they're not alone in their spiritual dryness. This understanding shifts our relationship with difficult periods from shame or panic to a deeper trust in the process. We don't need to generate spiritual feelings or manufacture connection, Tiwanli. We only need to remain open to whatever wants to move through us, even if it's just the humble honesty of our current experience. Perhaps even more encouraging is the recognition that our fundamental creative potential is truly indestructible. We might delay it, diminish it, or seemingly paralyze it through fear, doubt, or years of conditioning, but that essential creative spark that is our divine inheritance cannot be extinguished. Think about this in your own life. How many times have you felt completely blocked creatively, spiritually, or emotionally, only to discover that the spark was still there, waiting patiently beneath the surface? This creative force isn't just about artistic expression, though it certainly includes that. It's the fundamental aliveness that seeks to express itself through kindness, through problem solving, through the way we show up for others, through our capacity to heal and grow. No amount of past mistakes, current circumstances, or future fears can touch this core essence of who we are. When we understand this deeply, it changes how we relate to periods of struggle or stagnation. Instead of panicking that we've lost something essential, we can trust that we're simply in a fallow period, gathering energy for the next phase of expression. Like seeds in winter soil, our creativity is always preparing for its next emergence. At the heart of all this lies a truth that can anchor us through any storm. We did not create ourselves, which means our true nature flows from a source infinitely greater than our human understanding. This divine origin is our guarantee that our essential spiritual potential cannot be destroyed by any earthly circumstance. Not by trauma, not by failure, not by years of feeling lost or broken. When the Course speaks of our divine inheritance, it's pointing to something that exists beyond the reach of time, beyond the fluctuations of mood and circumstance, beyond even our own beliefs about ourselves. This doesn't mean we bypass the very real challenges of human existence, but rather that we meet them from a place of fundamental security. We can allow ourselves to feel fear, sadness, anger, or confusion without losing touch with the deeper truth of our unshakable divine nature. This recognition becomes a refuge we can return to whenever life feels overwhelming, not as an escape from reality, but as a remembering of the deepest reality of all. Our temporary human experience, with all its struggles and limitations, is held within something vast and loving that can never be threatened. If these words have offered you any comfort or clarity today, perhaps they might do the same for someone else in your life who is navigating their own spiritual journey. Sometimes the most powerful gift we can give is simply sharing what has helped us remember our way home to love. May you trust in the indestructible nature of your divine inheritance, and may you find peace in knowing that every step of your journey is held in perfect love.